welcome to Chaos Farm. Welcome to one of our greenhouses. And currently, obviously, it's springtime. It's a lovely time of year. You may have noticed as you've been walking around Cornwall and the countryside, perhaps during your moments of lockdown, you're able to go out. You might have seen a few daffodils out in flower, maybe the odd primrose, something like this, and some snowdrops possibly as well. So, you know, the start of spring, the birds are starting to sing. Not a particularly nice day today, but every now and then you get, a beautiful spring day. The sun comes out, the wind dies down, and you know it's the start of spring. So with that in mind, and Mother's Day just around the corner, we've been busy here at the farm. We've been making baskets up. So obviously we've been donated quite a few plants and a few compost and also some baskets to contain the plants in. And what we've been doing is planting up pinks and violas and some lovely daffodils and a little bit of ivy here. So we have a nice mixture of plants. It's a little bit of fir or something that is there as well. To give it a little bit of height, a little bit of interest. So we've been creating these nice baskets. Now, obviously, what we really want to do is, if you just, you can see how many we've got here. They're taking up quite a lot of space. So, and they're ready to go. So it'd be really great if we could actually sell these and get them out of the greenhouse. So then we'd be able to plant some more things up a little bit later. So, for example, we could be planting up roses for later on in the year. Get those sold as well. So the plan is that we're going to be making a little bit of money from selling these baskets at the farm gate, and hoping that at the same time, you know, we'll be generating a bit of interest, obviously, in our project, and a little bit of funding to buy more seeds and things like that. So, yeah, so that's the project, that's the plan. I just wanted to, if you can, there's more in this greenhouse. I'll show you at the back. So we've been busy. You can't see anything much in this pot at the moment, but I can assure you that there's something going on in there. So we've sown quite a few pea seeds already. So that's our first sowing of peas. This is a good time of year to start off sowing peas, but you can sow peas successionally. So that means that you can just keep on sowing them throughout the year to ensure a continuous crop. And the great thing about peas is that you can also eat the little shoots, so you can put them in your salads as well, and they're really super tasty. So we've got a few different varieties of peas. So we've got a few started off here, as you can see. So yeah, so really we're going to be doing a little bit more seed sowing in this greenhouse. So once these baskets have been sold and these plants have been sold, we'll have more space to do more seed sowing, because space is at a premium, especially in these wonderful old greenhouses. So yeah, that's the plan. So let's go and have a look and see what Martin's up to. He's been busy building this morning, and he's building our plant sales table, if you like. It's a sort of display which we can put at the farm gate, and then hopefully people will be able to come along and say, oh, I think I'll buy this today. So let's go and see what Martin's up to. Here's Martin now. Hello, Martin.
Hello.
How are you, all right?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. I see you've been busy this morning. You've already built some, is this the base?
No, the base is the, well, these are going to be stood up like that. Mm-hmm. So the post will be like that. The pallets will be fixed in between, and it's going to be two tiers. So the first pallet's down here, and then the second pallet's on here.
So it's going to be really stable, isn't it?
It's got to be stable,
yeah.
For safety's sake and such like, and not to blow away in the wind. So that's the main thing, keeping it nice, safe and secure.
Oh, that's
for
great.
visitors. So what I'm doing now is just rigging it up so it's all fixed. So these will stand up, and then with the help of someone else, I can then slide the two pallets in and screw through here on large screws just to fix them as well, to make them sure they're secure. So basically all I'm doing is fixing these planks across just to keep it at the distance I want it to be, so it doesn't open up or anything like that. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it should work.
Brilliant. Well, we trust your, skills, your carpentry skills.
Well, they're not brilliant,
enormously,
but
and
I get by.
I gather you've been doing a bit of research into designs of farm stalls and things.
Yeah, that's right. Well, get some ideas.
Yeah.
And the idea is also to reuse the wood. These, for instance, there's 4 of them. They came from a garden in Probus. I dismantled a shed. The lady wanted to clear the garden. There's an old lean-to shed. So, instead of throwing it away and burning it, it's recycled and reused again.
Brilliant. Well,
the same with the pallets, of course. They're recycled. So, and all the screws. These came out of a piece of timber last week that I was dismantling. So not even buying new screws. It's even using the old screws and the old stuff.
Well, that totally follows the Chaos ethos.
Good.
Waste not what you want not.
Yeah.
And make something out of nothing.
Yes.
But don't just make something brilliant out of nothing.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
And it can be painted up. It can be bright and cheerful. People can decorate it to their heart's content.
Oh, fab. We've got a couple of really good painters.
I know.
Yeah.
So this is just the basic, the foundation for them to build. And of course, the other thing about it, it can be duplicated and added on, so you can double the amount. So
wow.
This is the first. This is the first stage.
You're not talking about a modular system, are you? Here?
Well, it could be.
Oh my goodness.
It could be. It is. It would be, and it's also transportable.
Right.
If you build it too heavy, people can't move it.
Well, of course.
So you've got to build it to be able. 4 people should be able to lift it up and move it from one place to another if needed.
That's brilliant, Martin. Oh, well done. And just, obviously, we'll give you all the chocolate in the world. Anything you want.
That's all I need, chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just work for chocolate. So all I'm going to do here is fixing these 4 or 5 screws using me cordless, which is perfect for this sort of job. Just got to square up the edges so that it's all nice and neat. And when I want to put in the pallet, now I don't want to go in too fast, but just doing it slowly because you can split the wood. Initially I gave myself I drilled in a guide hole so it doesn't split the wood, and as you can see, it's a well rusted old screw but plenty of life in it. Not to get my glove caught.
That's why you wear them.
Yeah, try and, again, you get splinters and such like, so the gloves do help keeping your hands warm as well. Very difficult to walk with cold hands, to work with cold hands. So I'm just doing it slowly so I don't split. Coming down here, at the top, I measured it out and I just nailed temporarily a plank of wood up there so it's square. And now I'm just lining up here, so when the pallet goes on, it should be all nice and flush.
Yeah. Just thinking, you can run sort of little...
Just doing it slowly. I'll put another one in. Just got to find another screw big enough. Making sure, and then I'll put another plank across here and keep the one on the top there, and that should keep it all nice and straight and firm and hopefully job done. So I've just got to replicate the same thing with this one and then put side beams on it, side bars as well. That's why I got all this spare second-hand wood, recycled wood to use.
See, it's clear you've got it all organised.
Yeah, I spent all weekend thinking about it.
You know what I thought you might?
Sleepless nights, dreaming up, how am I going to do this?
Oh, we don't want you to be sleepless. It's meant to be a good fun, good project. But no, honestly, that's brilliant. You've obviously got it all sorted. So how long do you think it might take, to
It should be up and standing this afternoon. I'm looking at the weather. I might need 2 hands to put the roof on.
Yeah, we'll give you a hand with that.
But it could be up this afternoon.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, fingers
Fantastic.
crossed.
Oh, Martin, that's just fantastic.
No problem
Obviously,
at all.
it's all just, to, advancement of this great project and,
Yeah.
the start of, like, hopefully quite a few sales,
Yes,
from the farm gate, which is what it's all about.
Yeah. And I did think that we could put some brackets up here and having the hanging baskets on the front posts as well, and you can have it on both sides.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I opened up a water butt in the shed the other day, like that, and I was like, oh, a hanging basket.
Okay, yeah.
So we're all right for hanging baskets. We've got about a bazillion of those. Yeah, but that'd be great to sort of hang them up there and put a little display on.
Exactly.
Fab.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that'd be really good.
The image I got in my head should come out quite nicely.
Is it something like from Trumpton? Is it that kind of like flower stall? Do you remember the lady who used to come out, sell flowers in the in the square? Yeah, something like that.
I did think about putting wheels on, but that's getting a bit too complicated.
It's going to look brilliant.
So I'll keep it simple.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing the final result, and obviously give you any hand you want.
No, thanks very much for that.
It's all right, Martin. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right, I think that's a wrap from obviously the horticultural plant sales area. So hopefully Chaos Farm is going to have its own plant sales. Now we're going to go off and see Bob over in the polytunnel. Got a few questions to ask him about how he's found growing over the winter period. Well, let's go and see how Bob's getting on in the polytunnel. Right, Bob?
All right.
It's been so long.
You up?
I said it's been so long.
Yes, another fine day.
So come on in. Wow, it's looking lovely in here. It's looking really great, isn't it? It's beautiful. So much lush vegetation. So, Bob, is it all right if we ask you a few questions about how it's all been going, over the growing season, over the winter? Yeah?
Fire away.
Excellent. So we've got obviously it's been ever so cold and really, really windy. But could you tell us what you've found to be some of the challenges that you've overcome whilst you've been growing these wonderful vegetables over the winter?
Well, I'm not going to claim I've overcome them, but the weather probably has been the worst, really. It's not been the best of years, and it's slowed us down, set us back. We've had some losses of things, even though we're growing undercover. But you persevere, and that's what it is working with the elements, and you've got to roll with the punches. Mm-hmm. I would probably say that is the biggest one, other than COVID, obviously, which has meant delays in everything, really, being able to get anything. Seed suppliers are maxed out, and people trying to order from them. Even down to everything, just buying some seed trays for propagating. Speaking to them last week, they were even having trouble getting hold of cardboard. So she was saying that's one of the reasons why it's not been dispatched yet, is she can't even get hold of cardboard in order to dispatch it. So yeah, COVID's set us back a lot as well. Obviously, as well as the fact that we would have had a bigger team working here on the farm and with the project, had social distancing allowed that. So yes, probably the biggest ones. I don't know. Probably. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you'll agree.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it must be. I mean, it's amazing though to me, Bob. To be honest with you, to see it all just looking just so lush in here, and you can take pride in that. Because I tell you what, I mean, I know Ness has helped you with some of the planting and stuff, but it's really looking great.
So I'm just cutting a crop of baby leaves from these kale. We could get some larger leaves off them if we wanted to, but we're hoping that we're going to be able to blend them with some of the other salad leaves that are coming along over there, and kind of make a salad mix that we can donate to people. Because this kale's been growing undercover its entire life, it's actually really, really tender anyway. So should go quite nicely in salad as far as I'm concerned. So we'll go along here and get just the smallest leaves, really. They'll be the most tender for salad, and then we'll blend it in with some of the others. This one's just a kale hybrid, so you can see the different variation in it. But what's quite interesting is to see the vigor in it, being a hybrid between different species. It came along a lot quicker than the straight Cavolo Nero over there. So I'm just going to go down every row and cut out the small leaves, really. It's only going to end up being 1 or 2 leaves maybe from each plant, but that's quite good because they're still quite young. You know, we're just we don't want to take too much off them just yet. And then we'll give these a wash up, blend them all up with the other ones, stick them in a bag, and then distribute them in the food boxes.
I just thought I'd also ask, I mean, obviously this might inspire some people to take up gardening themselves. Perhaps they're feeling a bit green-fingered now. Is there any plants that you'd recommend that they grow at this time of year if they were encouraged to grow their own?
I think, as far as I'm concerned, you know, especially on a domestic setting, when you've got quite a small scale patch, maybe you've got maybe less time because you're working. What's more important, you know, you can easily look up online in literature anything about what to grow at what time. But the important thing is really, as far as I'm concerned, is growing what you want to grow. There's no point in buying loads of stuff if it's not a variety you like, or if it's not a type of vegetable you like. So for us, we're growing for a lot of different people, but we work with the seasons. At the moment, you can still sow broad beans. It's getting nearer the time that you can start sowing other stuff. If you've got like a warm windowsill near a radiator or something, you can start certain things off earlier. We've got propagators, which is more ideal for starting off tomatoes and things earlier. Sunflowers, we'll be starting them off earlier as well. But yeah, the most important thing for me is growing what you like to eat, which hopefully people will have an idea themselves. I mean, and then at the same time, also maybe growing things that you can't just get in bulk easily. You know, you go to a supermarket, carrots, potatoes, they're pennies, they cost pennies. So, you know, don't necessarily grow the varieties that are commonplace, you know. So in terms of potatoes, we've got things, pink furs, for example, which we're going to be growing. You don't see them in supermarkets as much. So in that respect, they're worthwhile growing, as far as I'm concerned, because they're not as readily available. Hope that makes sense.
Brilliant, thank you very much. And for your third and final question, what is it about your role that you most enjoy?
Probably a lot of things, really. I'm an outdoor person. I like working with plants. I like working with animals. In terms of this project, it will be seeing it from the beginning. A lot of work I've done before is been maintaining other people's work, other people's designs, other people's plant collections. So it's nice to be here and to see something from the beginning. So, you know, we are really early stages, but, you know, you can see the potential here. And it's nice to be involved in that and shape it from the beginning as much as I can, yeah.
Lovely, Bob. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Don't want to take up too much of your time because I can see you've got a lot of vegetables to tend here. So just keep up the good work. You're great.
You too.
All right.